Hello? Hello? Is there anybody out there? Beep. It's part 3 of level 7. Welcome to Omega Protocol! That's not the name of the show. It's Get Your Paint On. We're painting Omega Protocol figures. Hello, I'm Dallas. Welcome to Privateer Press, live from the underground bunker in an undisclosed location, in an undisclosed state, in an undisclosed country.
Super secure.
Super secure. Joining me today is Mr. Lyle Lowery.
Hello, Dallas.
Hello, Lyle. And on the control panel, broadcasting to the space nets and back down to Earth, is Mr. John Swinkles.
Oh, hello.
And we are going to paint our level 7 Omega Protocol. What's this guy called, Lyle? Do you know this guy's name? I can't remember his name.
He's a Ghin hybrid, right?
Oh, yeah, this
hybrid?
is the hybrid. Honestly, I just grabbed one out of my box. And was just like, I'm going to paint this guy. So we're going to paint this dude today. And to start, I've Zenithal primed him, as I like to do on my board game miniatures. And then I mix some Trollblood Highlight, which is a very warm gray, and a touch of Midland Flesh to warm it up even more, because I want to add to that fleshy nature. Like, I want him to be gray skin, but I want to keep, you want to like really, you want to indicate that fleshiness. So a little bit of Midland Flesh in there to warm it up, and then of course mixing medium. So how's everybody doing today? Lyle, how you doing today, buddy?
I'm doing great. I'm catching up because I missed your part 1 and part 2, so I'm gonna have to catch that on YouTube. But were you working on the same model or different models?
So in the first 2 parts, what we did, I'll show Lyle real quick. Oh, see, that skin already looks dope. What we did first was the level 7 Omega Protocol alternate commander that you can get with the Kickstarter that is currently going for 5 more days. John, 6 more days?
It's through Halloween. Yep.
So through Halloween. So did her up, made a little decorative base. I don't think I showed this on screen yet.
That base looks awesome.
So I just kind of mimicked what the board looks like. And just kind of did cracked concrete and did some blood splatter, and I made it look like there's like a streak pulling away, like maybe one of her teammates was dragged into a vent or something like that. And she's got the cool turquoise visor and some turquoise glow bits. And this is like what, an hour and 15 minutes maybe total?
An hour 20.
Yeah, something like that.
Like if we weren't, chatting with Oz and stuff so much, it probably would have been like 50 minutes.
Well, yeah, and then I also worked on the Kronos, which is like the bad guy super mega leader. I haven't finished him yet. This is a new sculpt, T-Mark. This is an old sculpt. So I started working on Kronos, which I love this guy. I think that this model is super baller. But Richard, our design director, asked, he goes, I'm going to be, Richard said he's going to be painting his soon.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he wants to paint his whole set. And what he really wanted to know is like how to do like gray aliens real quick and easy. So this is a special request going out to Richard Anderson.
All right, Richard Anderson, I hope you're watching. You know,
Doug Seacat is.
He's down there busily, like, actually laying out cards and stuff, though.
He's actually working while the rest of us are up here painting and goofing off. Lol.
And is this one of the new plastic ones? Or is this one of the older ones?
Well, this is not a new sculpt. So the only new sculpt in the Kickstarter is the alternate commander.
Right.
Everything else is regular
Exact
sculpts.
same sculpt, just improved materials.
Just improved material. Well, we can do that. We're not even going to paint today. We're just going to talk about stuff. So these are the same dudes, and you can see one is more rigid than the other. So same sculpt, one's just a new, you can see that one is standing up and one's kind of slumped a little. So this is the old plastic, it's a little softer. This is the new plastic, it's much more rigid. So the guy keeps his upright posture. So this is what you're going to want to, I mean, this is a big deal, right? To me, like, board game miniatures have a certain, you can get away with a little bit more, right? You just kind of quick paint them and just have fun with them. So having them more rigid is really nice, so they stand up. Back to the action.
I have to say I'm a big fan of the newer camera.
The newer camera's working out great. Lyle, you've painted some of your board game stuff before, right? Like your Widow's Wood stuff? I thought you've painted some Widow's Wood stuff.
Yeah, I have, yeah.
I painted those little baby tatzelworms in that. Oh my God, I could just paint 100 of those. I swear, I could just paint 100 of those and never even get sick of it.
And of course, because I have to, otherwise I'm not doing my job, you can still get level 7 on Kickstarter now. 2nd edition. New alternate commander. All kinds of dope stuff.
The alternate commander is really cool.
Yeah, I like her. And she's resin, so that's even cooler. Like, most of the time you see Kickstarters for board games and they're like, you can buy this resin option. And it's like, for us, we're just like, you get a new miniature. It's resin.
It's dope. It's awesome. Here you go.
So I'm going to mix up. So I'm just going to basically use washes. That was basically a wash. I'm going to try to focus on washes on this guy. I don't want to spend a lot of time here. So this is a mix of oh my gosh, I have not had enough coffee today. This is a mix of Armor Wash and Cossite Flush Wash and some mixing medium. And I was just talking to Mr. Lyle about this before the show started, about how I've been playing with this. So now he can see how it works. And this is real heavy on the mixing medium. I want it to be very translucent. And then we're going to go back there and maybe pick out some of the metal details and then maybe do another wash. And that's it on this.
So how do you decide when do you want to use mixing medium or not? Is there anything you add that like affects the way it flows? Like if you're making a wash versus a glaze, for example.
So with the mixing medium, I always decide like how much pigment I need. This I don't want a lot of pigment, so I put the mixing medium in there because it reduces the number of particles per million, right? Whatever. I don't know what the actual ratio is. It's just made up. That's science, not real.
Yeah, that's science.
Who cares about science? Silliness. So I just wanted it super translucent, so I just put a bunch of mixing medium in there. If I wanted just a real heavy wash, I would put less mixing medium, but all mixing medium does is add body. So it's kind of arbitrary and kind of a gut choice. Yeah, those little details are already popping. I need some cold steel. You use a lot of washes and stuff.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I love some of your recent paint jobs I've seen, and I was just like, dude, how'd you do that? And you're just like 2 washes. I was like, oh my gosh, what was that one you did? You did like a Cossite flush wash over gold.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's lots of ways you can sort of affect the vibrancy of metallics and metallic armor, especially with washes and glazes and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love doing that kind of stuff. Oh, where's my cold steel? Urgh. Yeah, I love playing with metal and like the different shades and adding different things to metal. I'm not going to use cold steel. I'm going to use pig iron. That's just what I'm going to do.
Can't find the paint you're looking for?
Use a different paint. I think maybe I'm going to do a little sanguine. Well, I'm waiting for that wash. I'm going to put a little sanguine base. This will be a kind of a 2-brushed wash into a skin, a like very strategic area. So this is a point where I want mixing medium, because pure sanguine base is super will be super punchy on the skin, and I want a very subtle look.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just show an example. Let's just do an example. Let me grab a piece of something.
And what in this situation makes you go for sanguine base versus, say, sanguine highlight?
Sanguine highlight's going to be too pink for this, and I want it to be a nice warm color for the skin. So I need that deepness because this is going to add depth to the skin.
Mm-hmm.
So a sanguine highlight would be too thin or too pink. So this is just pure, slightly thinned down sanguine base.
Mm-hmm. Might
And
have
then-
to tilt it towards us just a touch so the glare isn't right on it.
And then that's sanguine base with a bunch of mixing medium.
Oh yeah, that's way thinner.
It's way thinner and a little less dramatic. Because I just want a little warm in his skin bits. So maybe
Sounds wrong.
just around his eyes.
Wait a minute, Lyle Lowry just joined chat.
Are you chatting?
He's playing with his phone. Called out.
Lau, are you bored?
I'm in two places at once, as I also said in the chat.
Well, I could probably tilt my screen a little bit so you can actually see it.
So see if I take this little sanguine base and just kind of gently blurk it around some of those fleshy bits. So like here in his temple, around his mouth, around his eyes, it adds to the look of looking alive.
It
'Cause
looks
even-
like he's got something flowing in his veins.
Yeah, because even though he's an alien, he's gray. He's got skin. He's flesh, right? He's probably got blood.
Well, and they're warm-blooded. Otherwise, they would need a completely different thing, not just a change to the how much ammonia is in the air.
So, I'm getting tangled up on my microphone. So a little bit of this in here to indicate some life always works. Maybe put some in the little brow wrinkles.
He looks like he doesn't like the light. Like that pose he's got going on, especially with the light you have right over him. Looks like he's like, don't want. Doug Seacat says he saw our captive in-house hybrid trying to paint earlier, and he's really bad with the brush. Those claw hands are not very good for finer manipulations. He tried, though. I guess he was trying to paint Absalonia. I didn't know Seacat had a Ghin hybrid hiding in the office.
You mean the one that's in that room right next to us?
I thought that was a clone.
I think it's a hybrid.
Oh, okay.
I think so.
I've just been calling him Steve.
Hybrid Steve.
You gotta study Ghin for a while before you can easily identify the difference between a standard clone and a hybrid.
I
It's
guess.
not an easy skill.
My exobiology skills are awful, apparently. Sorry, xenobiology.
You need clearance to Subterra Bravo. Then you can access their research facilities.
You have not reached the appropriate security level. Please step away from the door. You have 5 seconds to comply.
Seacat even just said he's not sure if it's a clone or a hybrid.
That's brilliant.
Lore Master, -5 points.
I'm going to just paint some little bits metal. He's got a little play above his booty. I'm going to make that metal. Maybe like this little...
Patrick
maybe
was
this
asking if
little
that was a square-shaped adhesive on the rattle can cap, and actually that's just his base, isn't it?
This
Yeah.
is his base.
Yeah.
Underneath is a piece of square-shaped adhesive. Because I use double-sided foam tape to hold my miniatures to the cap for ergonomic purposes. Because I got big, dumb mitts that don't like pinching little tiny bases.
Like me, meat paws.
They're my meat forks. Because it's how I eat. So just a couple little metal bits. I think they have metal bits. Oh.
Can't forsake the booty plate.
Hashtag my army, my way, suckers.
Hey, look, there's a reference photo for you.
His plates are different. I think that's a different guy.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure that's a different duder.
Well, metal
Oz
plates.
is not here. Oh, did I grab Thamar Black?
That guy looks like a fear hunter.
You're right.
I think that's a Fira, yeah. I thought I grabbed Thamar Black. I did not grab Thamar Black.
Lyle, be a bro. Unless that's it on the floor.
Oh, yeah, what do you
that's
need?
Not.
Do you have any Thamar Black? I am not prepared today.
You always leave it down at your desk, like
I
every
do.
time.
Every time I leave Thamar Black at my desk. This is just a travesty.
Boiler black. Go.
No, too shiny.
Coal black. Go.
Too not black.
Umbral umber. Go.
Still not black.
You said when you don't have a paint, find a different one.
Well,
You take coal black and
Battlefield
umbral umber, and then add your hate and rage, and
I-
it becomes pure
Oh.
black.
it's gonna be too black for the screen.
Your darkest, most metal. Or
Alright,
or Lyle could run down to your desk and grab Thamar black.
Yeah, Dallas, say the word, and I'll go find some Thamar black.
Do you have one on your desk?
No, I don't have any on my desk.
Oh my god, I can't believe I forgot this again.
I'm gonna go look for
I'm
it.
the worst. Hang on, I'll just make something. Let me just make something.
Pig iron plus umbral umber.
I don't want metal.
Is it for his tubes? What's it for?
It's for his tubes. The tubes ain't metal.
What are we hacking together?
I like that I was just told that I seem prepared for 80% of the streams that person has watched. Striker 911 says that. Thanks, Striker. I'm glad that you think it's that high of a number.
It's the good side of the 80-20 rule.
Yeah.
I mean, probably realistically, he's prepared 20% of the time.
Realistically, if I'm lucky. Yeah. So umber lumber, cold black mixed together. I just mix enough colors together. You just get black, right? No, you just get brown.
That's how that works, right?
Yeah.
Real dark brown.
That ain't black, but it'll do.
Oh, Tony to the rescue.
Oh, my man. You know what? Hey, you're like a young Brendan Fraser. See, my boy Tony, he be watching my stream, got my back. What? That's my gangsta.
What was Doug Seacat doing this whole time?
Nothing.
Talking about how he's excited for Monster Apocalypse.
C-Cat ain't got my back.
He's got your back on lore. That's what he do.
You're not part of my purge group, C-Cat.
I'm not even gonna ask.
All right, I want these little tubes to be black. So all I did was take Thamar Black and mix it into the paint that I just mixed. And this black will give nice definition to the little Ghin suit. See? Looks like he's wearing suspenders.
He's a very fashionable Ghin.
This guy needs a pork pie hat.
Down with pork pie hats.
So this will just give a little variation.
It's kind of cute. Like in that you'd feel bad about pumping him full of, lead from your
I agree. Don't shoot
Horrible,
aliens. Make
horrible.
fun with aliens.
Secret technology rifle. My brain just died.
Just stopped.
It just went.
I want to party with this cat.
I mean, maybe he looks okay standing still, but if he's like,
Skittering after you.
yeah, like teleport phasing all over the room and stuff, then you probably shoot him.
No, not if he's your buddy, right? Like, think about it. Like, dude, maybe he's like freaking awesome at keg stands.
Yeah, I guess he might be. I guess we don't know yet.
I don't want that guy in my friend group anyways. Is this a tube? This is a tube.
Is now.
And then he's got this one coming around his arm here. And this just divides up some of those shapes. Arm tube. It's like a psychokinetic IV or some crap, right? I like it. And then I want to take some sickly skin. All right. So, Lau, you do a lot with this style of painting, right?
Yeah.
Like, what would you do next here?
So what color are you doing his jumpsuit?
I think I'm just going to keep washing it.
Just keep washing it?
Yeah.
I think what I would do is I would probably pick a cool color I wanted his suit to be, and I would do that wash. Because, like, if you got his gray skin and you give it that little bit of warmth, I think you want, like, a cool suit to kind of contrast with his skin.
Some blue.
Yeah.
Or some green. Green is always good for that one, too.
So I'm going to take sickly skin, add it to my skin color that I made. I'm going to do some little subtle highlights. Or dramatic, whatever. Can't judge me.
Since John just pulled up the swatch of colors, I think maybe that that Arcantric, what is it called? Arcantric green? Arcantric something? Is a good like blue-green color to make like a...
Yeah, but that's a mix. I don't think that's actually a color.
Yeah, it's a mix.
That's a mix?
Yeah.
It's just an example of a mix.
But we have a swatch for it.
Because we make extra swatches sometimes. So, like, for example, like, when we were doing, like, different things in no quarter and whatnot, you would need to show what the final color looked like.
All right, so that makes it difficult, and this isn't supposed to be difficult.
It's not supposed to be difficult. As I two-brush blend. Two-brush blending is not difficult. Not saying that.
It's not. And you can find a tutorial how to do it yourself at youtube.com/privateerpressprime.
It's just practiced.
Or just go on YouTube and search two-brush blending. You will find Dallas. He will show you.
I'll just show up.
It's kind of cheating if you mix your colors, though, because you can do anything with mixes.
It's true. You can do anything.
Literally.
You can do anything. If I were making a mix, though, it would be something like sickly skin and either frostbite or arcane blue.
What about underbelly?
Yeah, or underbelly.
To go into the suit
Mhm.
and make it like super light, like
Yeah.
light blue.
Mhm.
Oh, like almost like a spacesuit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that little tinge of blue.
Right.
I like what you're saying. I like what you're saying. I'm gonna play with that idea. I'm gonna rock that idea. I love it. Let's put a pin in it and move on to it. Putting a pin in it just declares intent, right?
Right.
So what I'm thinking is let's take a little Gnarls green and a little coal black. Do you like where this is going?
Yep.
Is that, and then some sickly skin? This is 3-color mix.
Uh-huh.
Let's keep it simple, 3-color mix.
Right. I mean, mixing might be intimidating, but it's not actually difficult. It's just
No.
intimidating.
I mean, it's like there was a time when you were afraid to ride a bike, right?
Right.
And then you got on the bike. You're like, this isn't so bad. I figured it out. And then they took the training wheels off, and you're like, oh, crap. And then you're like, this isn't so bad. I figured it out. Mixing and painting's the same way. Like, don't expect to do it perfect the first time out. This? Boop.
There we go. Nailed it.
Is this the color you're thinking there, Lyle? You see this in the palette?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. That color looks awesome.
So this is Gnarls Green, Coal Black, Sickly Skin. This is a pretty interesting color. I like it. It's a little minty. And I'm gonna wash this, but I'm not gonna. It's gonna be interesting. It's definitely a wash. It's very, very thin. But I'm not gonna let it pull up into crevices very much. I'm just gonna tint it onto some of the raised surfaces of the jumpsuit. Oh, I missed one of his tubes. And even if this does, we can do one more wash after this to kind of tone everything back in.
Nelson asks, "Does these videos show up on YouTube later?" Yeah, they do. We post them later today,
Later today or tomorrow. Yep.
soon.
They go to Privateer Press Prime, or yeah, Privateer Press Prime on YouTube.com.
Alright, now we got that little bit of blue in there for Lyle. And I'm really only washing this in the highlighted areas, not really in the shadow areas. Because I want the blue to disappear into the shadows. Look at that color, Lau.
I like it. Looks real good.
And I missed the tube. So I need to paint that tube. Missed 2 tubes. Feel like that's good. So I'm going to put a little dark line between his neck and his cloth. Kind of define that area a little bit.
So I like this setup that we have right now because the picture looks really good. The colors look really good. Unfortunately, my machine sounds a little bit like it's about to take off.
Yeah.
So that's what that fan noise is in the background. It has a lot more horsepower, but that means it has louder fans for keeping it cool.
That's just the filtration systems of Subterra Bravo.
That's right.
Yeah, that. Yeah, way to be on brand. There we go.
I'm going to take the tube color and I'm going to thin it down and I'm going to wash the metals. And so by washing the metals with that tube color, I can also kind of push it around the tubes and tidy all that up. And it defines things a little bit more.
Well, you guys are both going to War Machine Weekend, yeah?
Yes, we are.
Ooh.
What kind of adventures are you going to get up to while you're there, Lyle?
Oh, so many.
We had a meeting yesterday where we were basically told we could not be ourselves.
Wait, what?
Well, that's true. Nevertheless,
But aren't you always you?
Oh no.
we're going to play that Monster Hunter game from No Quarter Prime #2, which will be really fun.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh, yep. I'm bringing Monpok.
Yeah, I probably will also be bringing some Monster Apocalypse.
I'm trying to convince Hungerford that I want him to bring some beta Arcanists.
Yeah,
Some beta version of some new Arcanists.
that would be cool.
In case people were like, Arcanist, what?
You can
No
go
Quarter
back
Crime,
and watch
number
it.
5, and it was earlier this week's Weekly Rumble.
I think it'd be cool to do some beta versions of some new Arcanists. I'm trying to convince him. I'm not sure I'm getting there, but I'm working on it. So now I'm using that same color. I thinned it down even more, and I'm going to paint it in the deepest shadows to accentuate this, the details even more. And you can see that
And that's
blue.
that coal black, sickly skin, gnarls green color.
No, this is the Umbral Umber, coal black, or it's Thamar black and Umbral Umber, just thinned the hell down.
Gotcha.
It's my tube color just thinned down, and I'm just painting it over kind of to really get my little detail lines. See how it's working? It's working good. Working super good. There we go. And darken his feet up because the feet kind of look weird, super light. There we go.
I can't tell if if the light is bothering him or if he's asking you to throw him a beer.
You there, human, throw me a beer.
I too wish to imbibe.
It is definitely Miller time.
When you've had a long day of committing heinous crimes against humanity and horrible experimentation, sometimes it's time to relax with a cool, refreshing voltaic vixen.
What color should his eyes be? I'm out of focus.
His
I've been bumping
eyes?
the camera. Yeah,
I would do his eyes black.
that's creepy. I was thinking about making them purple glowy.
That'd be cool too.
Let's leave it up to the chat. While I take a drink coffee. Chat, what color should the eyes be?
Purple glowy, solid black,
Pale white.
Some kind of like jaundiced yellow,
Ew, gross.
right?
Ew, gross.
Grody.
Let me read some of this. Robo Squid, Rob O Squid. Gonna start painting my first minis ever, Monpoc. Oh, and it disappeared.
sec, I can make that come back.
Everybody's talking fast. Oh, because they're answering my question. Do I glue the mini to the base first or not? Don't want to mess up the base, but I feel like it would be harder to paint the baseless. New question. Rob, what I like to do, and this will segue into our next portion, is I actually use double-sided foam tape, and I tack them to a primer lid just like this without the base if I'm going to leave the base clear. And then I just pop it off that and glue it to the clear base after painting. The other option is what I did here, and we can talk about this. We can talk about this, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Absolutely.
So we did a contest called FP3 My Monster, and the winner was...
Can he do it?
No, I can't remember. Can't remember who it was.
I'm going to pull it up.
But the winner got a free Monster Apocalypse miniature painted by me. Oh, my.
I want to say it was Lucas Bischoff.
Lucas, yep.
Yeah.
And so here is the Gorgadra. You can see that I painted, I textured the base. So this is actually glued down, and then I primed the base. So it all depends what you're doing. I haven't signed it on the bottom. So
That turned out really well. Let me see if I have the art that he did so we can contrast and compare real quick.
So we got...
We'll hang out
Can
on
you
that for a second.
can you open? Can I see the chat a little bit?
You'll have to give me 1 second.
I'm seeing the words glowy, but I don't know what glowy. I see pink, shiny silver, polka dot eyes. Paint his eyes like the cup of tea you sneak down in the middle of the night for. I don't sneak in.
Yeah, who do you think we are?
I sneak nowhere for tea.
So purple or green, pink, glowy, pink, green glowy, shiny silver, purple glowy or white, polka dot eyes, pink and blue, sanguine red, paint his eyes like a cup of tea, you sneak down to the kitchen in the middle of the night.
Purple glowy it is.
All right.
Just because somebody said it.
Do them like flies' eyeballs.
I mean, we can put some texture in there for sure.
Faux shows.
So I'm going to start out with a little carnal pink. And I'm going to just dip and dab that right into his eyes. That's why he doesn't like the light. He wants to see the purples. A little bit of that. A little bit of this. This looks pretty good. While that's drying, I want to take some sanguine base. And that apparently grabbed a little calcite flesh wash, and that's fine and dandy. I'm just going to paint that into his mouth. Ugh. These guys eat people or anything weird?
They feed off adrenaline, so they eat like adrenal glands.
8 glands, it's gross. I've got a glandular problem.
Ew.
I can't stop eating them. All right, now I'm going to take Murderous Magenta.
Murderous magenta. It's just fun to say.
That was basically a wash. It was like the most cheaty wash you've ever seen. Is shove paint to an area and then use your second wet brush to mush it down.
Mush, technical term.
Do you use, when you're using 2 brushes, are they the same brush or different brushes?
Depends. Depends. Currently, I don't even know what I grabbed. I am the least technical painter you will ever meet. I think is what I've realized.
I grabbed some stuff
In my my 4 years, my 4-year professional career, and like 8 years of just being a freelancer and professional, I am the least technical person. People are like, what size brushes you use? I'm always like, well, let me look.
the ones that look right.
The one that's in my hand. Like,
Hungerford asked if he was primed white or black to start.
Zenith.
So black with a dusting of white over.
And it's all washes. And even this is a wash. Like, this is technically a wash because I'm just using that second brush to control where the wash goes.
Alec asked if Dr. Kronos pipes any music through the facilities while Disco Team and whatnot are trying to assault the situation. And Oz isn't here to answer officially, so I'm going to do it for him. He plays nothing but the Yakety Sax, the Benny Hill theme music.
Oh God.
Yep.
See, I would like it more if it was Wasted Rock Ranger by Great White.
That would be kind of appropriate because their pyro always ends up burning places down. So.
Seriously, beer to anybody who knows that song by heart right this second, because I do. All right, I'm going to put a couple little dots of Morrow White in his eyes as like reflections. Or it's like Morrow White with a touch of carnal pink.
I think Dr. Kronos is a big Barry Manilow fan.
Oh, that'd be amazing too. Or what's his name? Tom Jones.
It's not unusual.
He's just walking through with bullets blazing, and Tom Jones just cranking over the speakers.
Since Hungerford at least is in chat for now, Anino J is like, bring Beta Arcanist to War Machine Weekend. I think Dallas and Lyle would agree.
I know, I totally teased that out. I'm sorry, Hungy. You can be mad at me if you want.
Are you sorry though, or do you just want him to do it?
I want him to do it because I want to.
Well, then don't
I
be
want to try
sorry.
stuff.
Rockstars don't apologize.
But I'm trying to make him do work though, and I always feel bad for that.
Don't feel bad. Feel awesome.
All right, we're gonna darken these up just a little touch. There we go. There we go. I like the magenta eyes.
Mm-hmm. They're creepy.
I think that's it.
He looks like an alien.
I think that's it. I think that's a little alien duder. I keep pumping.
That's an alien.
Give me beer.
Is he in focus?
Yep.
Sure.
Yep.
That's it. What was that? 40 minutes. 40 minutes for this little alien dude. If I was doing these in batches, it'd probably take me. You could cut that time down. Like you actually gain time by doing it in batches.
Well, yeah, because I mean, you did the first one, and as soon as you have, like the colors decided, you just bloop, 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 bloop.
Bloop, 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 bloop,
And you don't have to wait for things to dry because they dry as you move on to the next one.
bloop, 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 bloop.
Those pink eyes are so creepy.
I'm gonna mix.
You're grabbing paint. What are you doing?
I'm mixing sickly skin and Bastion Gray together. Oh, and a touch of Marl White. On a really crappy brush. The brush that everybody cried about 2 weeks ago.
Sickly skin and
I kind of just grabbed a couple different things. Sickly Skin, Troubled Highlight, and Marl White. See why they cried, Lyle?
Yeah, I could see.
You got brushes like this, right?
Yeah, I got a couple.
they still get work done.
This brush is doing work right now.
Is that to create kind of the concrete look of the base?
Yeah, I just need a little highlight. But I don't want to paint it on. I want to kind of stipple it on.
Well, yeah, so it keeps that kind of textured look.
Yeah, I want a lot of texture in here.
When you're done getting that base on him, I would like to see
About that base.
the team leader again.
Team lead. We can do team lead real quick. Hiya! There's her base.
It's so cool looking.
I like it. I'm trying to remember if I used Gray Coat Gray or Iron Home Gray on that.
Gray coat.
Was it Gray Coat?
That is what my memory recalls.
I don't write anything down. Close enough is good enough for Dallas.
So, you guys leave for War Machine Weekend very soon because you'll be there next weekend.
Next weekend.
What kind of things are you planning on painting on while you're there, Dallas? Anything you can tell us about, or is it all secret?
I'm going to leave it secret.
Secrets.
Keep it secret. Keep it safe.
And then are you going to be doing any hobby stuff while you're at War Machine Weekend, Lyle, or are you just bringing stuff to play with?
I don't know. Andy always does some really cool hobby stuff there, Andy Welton. And
I am a big fan of that man.
Yeah, it might be my favorite part of War Machine Weekend. So I might try to bring some Monster Apocalypse stuff to assemble. Maybe some new stuff if I can get my hands on it.
Ooh.
Yeah, no, I know a guy.
I want my
do know a guy.
Martians. I want my Martians bad.
You should come talk to me after the show, Lyle.
All right.
See, Dallas always invites people to come talk to him after the show. Never invites me.
Hmm.
I think he gets sick of me. That and I come pester him at his desk like at least 3 times a day anyway.
Knock 3 times.
See, I never pester Dallas, so he craves me.
Lyle. It's what Dallas craves. You, the past 2 years you've come and hung out in the Hobby Lounge, right?
Say what?
the past 2 years you've come and hung out in the hobby lounge and painted and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Lyle is one avid hobbyist. I'm going to tell you right now. Lyle can just have my job. He know what.
I think other than Jordan, I think he has the next highest amount of like stuff that he's painting or working on his desk in the office.
Yeah, you have a ton of stuff.
You have your own case.
I do. A lot of it is stuff that No Quarter has accumulated over the years. But
Sure.
But yeah, we need a case for that.
So this guy will get blood on his base too. Blood on the Ghin base, blood on the
Travis
ground.
says, Lyle, who doesn't crave you?
Travis is right.
Fact.
I can't argue.
Can't argue with science.
Well, you can. You just look stupid if you do. Creepy Ghin, blood spattered base.
Arrow.
Travis says, Lyle, it's what plants crave. No, Lyle, it's what people crave.
Sonic Green is Lyle?
No.
Boop.
Oh, painting his little facing chevron.
Uh-huh.
And that's just Thamar Black, yeah.
That's just Thamar Black. And I'll do yellow once that dries. And make it look like a little hazard stripe, I think.
Mm-hmm. Are you going to do these ones straight, or are you going to do them just like hers?
Yeah, I should probably fix them. I don't like the way I shaped those last ones.
Shading around his toesies.
Yeah, and for this I am doing two-brush blending.
Well, it's just a good way to pull out the color, right?
This is a good way to practice two-brush blending.
Absolutely.
This part is because you don't need it to be perfect blended.
Mm-hmm.
And so you just kind of grab some color and push around to where you kind of want shade.
Mm-hmm.
And you just let that transition just flow out. And you just kind of darken areas to create shadow on the base. And it doesn't have to be perfect because you want irregularity because it's, you know, it's a floor. It's
mm-hmm. But you can also practice making sure it doesn't pool in ways that you don't want it to.
Yeah.
So it's a good way to practice that control.
Yep. It's all about the practice, and this is a great place to practice. Don't practice the first time two-brush blending on a face of your of your Warcaster, right? It's like, this is a good place to practice.
First time I did two-brush blending, I was practicing on Hungerford's face, and it was awesome.
While he was asleep.
Yeah, so I'm
Even
gonna go.
better.
I'm gonna go against you and say you should do two-brush blending on faces.
On Hungerford's face.
Yeah.
And I like darkening around the feet because it kind of sets them into the
world
world a little bit there.
Some depth.
There we go. Now it's got some dramatic lighting on the base. Now he just needs blood effects. Oh, he needs cracks. Hiya! So Thamar Black, and then just grab any color, blue, brown, whatever. It don't matter. Just to make it not pure black. And draw some little cracks.
the sound that the back end of the brush makes when it rubs up against the microphone a little bit is super creepy. It's kind of this.
It's like an ASMR, AMR, what is it? What's that? What are those videos called?
AMRS.
AMRS videos?
ASMR.
ASMR. That's what I should do. We should make ASMR videos. Can you hear me? I'm glad you're watching. We're gonna try this on the brush.
Okay.
Okay.
Put it up.
Our viewership just went up for that.
No?
Oh. I thought for sure.
Alrighty. You know what? I'm going to spoil something. Let's see.
Oh.
Well, so JR sent me the list of stuff that is going to War Machine Weekend.
You're just going to tell people what's coming?
Some of it, the rest of it will be coming in a newsletter very, very soon because we want to let ninjas and others know what to go grab. Let's see.
Boom! All I need to do is paint the chevron and add some blood.
Hey,
I'll do
Dallas.
off screen.
So, things that people already know. Meyer's going to be there.
Yeah.
And you can get the collector's box that has the extra pins that
Yep.
are super dope.
Fact.
Let's see here. There's some stuff from November, as well as Denegra Zero.
Fact.
That's going to be your first chance to get her.
Fact.
That's a big deal. Let's see here.
Huge deal.
You know what else is a huge deal? All right, that's one of the other ones I'm going to spoil. Is you are going to be able to get Captain Ira McKay and the Rayless Interceptor.
Literal huge.
Literal gigantic. Now, of course, the main thing to keep in mind is that sometimes things go awry with shipping and stuff like that. So even though this is the list of
So
what
even
is
though
being
he spoiled
packed,
it, he might be lying.
it's very true. And then let's see here. I'm going to do two more. Hey, Dallas, you want a Frustrum Locus?
I have one, thanks.
You already have one. Well, now other people can get one.
I also have a little alien dude. What do you think? What do you think, Lau?
I think it looks good. I think this is a good guide for Richard to get a whole table of board game miniatures painted. I mean, it was super fast. Like, it went by like that.
Like less than an hour, right? And
Yeah.
I think that's really what you want for your board game guys, right? And if you're doing these in batches, like how quick do you think you could knock that out? Like, if you were doing 10 of these, it wouldn't take you 10 hours. Like,
Right.
it would be way cut down.
Yeah, because you're doing one color at a time across the line. It saves you a lot of time with like the mixing and the opening
Like
of
probably like
bottles.
2 hours.
Yeah.
And then last spoiler for today as far as pre-release products, going to make Saber very happy. Iona the Unseen will be seen at War Machine Weekend.
She's unseenable, unassinable, unvisual. I don't know. I got nothing.
That is by no means the complete list of pre-releases. There's some other goodies and stuff that that we will let folks know about soon, before the weekend, so people can plan some purchases and whatnot, or talk to friends that are going, that kind of good stuff. The exclusive, meaning Mr. Meyer, Under Chief Meyer, will also be available with the pins on the online store.
Croaks.
Oh, he has pins too?
He has pins.
So yeah, so we did the Forge Your Company of Iron contest. That was an idea that Mr. Will Pagani had that everyone was like, that's dope, let's do that.
Mm-hmm.
So basically people did some minor conversions and did their own paint schemes and background stories for their Company of Iron company. And so we picked our top 3. Grand prize, we were going to just do an alternate sculpt of one of the models they did, their commander for Company of Iron. We went a little further. We actually made a whole new model with its own rules and stuff like that. That's under Chief Meyer. That's
Right.
the model that it's technically pre-releasing at War Machine Weekend because he'll be available through retail later. And then the pins are based off of the companies themselves. So the company that Meyer was in was called the Hot Shots. So there's a pin for that. There's the Depth Delvers that were a group of mercenaries, and those were dope. And then the last one that I always keep forgetting the name of is the Protector ones. Oh, owie, that hurt. Dallas, do you remember what those were called?
something about fire or salvation or something.
I don't remember.
Temples. I don't know. Blessings.
It'll come to me. That model, though. Technical difficulties with headsets.
Yeah, the Meyer. He's pretty cool looking. I would agree.
All right, what else you got for folks, Dallas?
No, that's it. We're done. We painted a little guy in an hour. I did a little tutorial on how to paint your level 7 Omega Protocol alien duders in an hour. And of course, if you want to change the color of the eyes, you can change the color of eyes and stuff like that. So, I think we're back on time on now. Though.
Yeah,
so,
sir.
and War Machine Weekend is on its way. And as usual, I think that's it.
Yeah, we'll see you at War Machine Weekend if you're going. So,
Absolutely.
hang out.
So until next time, thanks for getting your paint on. Thanks, Lyle. Thanks, John.
Thanks, Dallas.